It's been a solid 2 weeks since I've turned this thing on. And as all of you know for sure, I've been away at good old Hawaii at Pokemon Worlds, which let me tell you, I should not have gone on that trip. I should not have gone on that trip at all. But the main reason why is because, again, as most of you know, I'm so fucking broke. I'm so fucking broke, dude. Now you're even more broke. That's the crux of this issue here that we're getting to. Listen, I planned this trip with a couple of my friends 6 months ago. 6 months ago, and that 6 months ago, I had like a income that's like part-time. That's good enough. Over the last 2 or 3 months, all of my income is like $50 a month on Twitch subs. It was not a good idea in hindsight. Get a job. Okay, that's great to hear. I'm so glad to be back, bro. I'm so glad to be back. Cringe, get a job. It's good to be back. Zero crypto. The problem is too, this isn't just like a normal vacation. This is a vacation in Hawaii, already an expensive tourist destination. And on top of that, there's also Pokemon Worlds and Pokemon Center, which is like a big merch shop that they do there. You fly there. It's like a 13 hours of travel time and some change between 2 flights and then a layover. But no, the flights there were fine. The flights back were not, but we'll get to that when we get to that. And let me tell you, dude, you touch down there and the convenience stores in Hawaii, like the first meal I had was out of a convenience store. And the convenience stores in Hawaii are not like convenience stores in mainland US. They are so different. They're closer to like Asian convenience stores where they have a ton of like meals. You can pick up like spam musubi from a heat rack for $1 and eat it. Dude, I had the poke at the convenience store in a mainland America. It's a meme of, oh, don't eat the gas station sushi or you're gonna explode if you eat the gas station sushi. I had the fucking gas station raw fish and it was actually kind of good, which is crazy. Saved me a lot of fucking money. Saved me a lot of money and saved me a lot of time. The first day, like full day we were there after traveling, I'm jet lagged as fuck. We wake up relatively early, which I get, like, this is a bad idea. Don't plan really strict scheduled things for vacations the first full day you're there because you don't know how anything fucking works. And I had to learn that the hard way. We booked like a snorkeling appointment, right? And you have to get a specific time slot scheduled ahead of time. And it's a pain in the ass. But we thought that it would be fine because we used Google Maps or whatever to map out like a bus route. But none of us have used public transport before. None of us have ever had to learn a bus route or anything. So we literally just like waited at a bus stop and hopped on a random bus, assuming it would take us in the direction that we needed to go. And spoiler alert, it did not do that. It did not do that. It took us like 2 stops to a nearby mall and we're just sitting there assuming the guy's gonna leave. And the guy goes like over the intercom, he's like, last stop. And all of us are like kind of befuddled at the idea this could be the last stop. And we just keep sitting and pretend we didn't hear it. And the guy gets really loud and turns around and goes, last stop. You know, like when like a public servant yells at you and you're like, I really fucked up for this to be happening to me. Dude, we walk over there. I'm in Crocs, by the way, so it was an awful walk. But then we do get there, and then we do the scubaing that we signed up for. Anyways, the boat itself, I did not know this, but people get seasick really easily. And there's this one really sweet, like, Japanese lady that got so sick. Well, everyone else was, like, out just looking at animals or looking at reefs and stuff, which was really cool. She was, like, in the fetal position, and the guy who was running the boat had to keep telling her, Auntie, I'm so sorry, but you can't lay down on the boat. It's a safety hazard. I'm so sorry. I felt so bad. She looked like she was on the brink of death on that boat. And then, ladies and gentlemen, the con starts. And let me tell you, the first day of Worlds, there's like nothing to do. You kind of get to explore and get a lay of the land and everything. There's like a few merch vendors. There's not a lot to do there though. And then on top of that, there's so much walking around and so many lines. But what we did have an appointment for was the Pokemon Center. And for those who don't know what the Pokemon Center is, that is the meat and potatoes of where all merch at Pokemon events is sold, basically. To put it in perspective at how many people want to get the fuck into this thing, you have to reserve time slots months in advance. And the first one we went to, holy shit, the line was crazy, dude. It was an insane line. The Pokemon Center itself is in the convention center, but it's in like a secluded portion. And you line up to get into that part of the convention center in like this long canal type street. And that entire fucking street was full. And we had to wait dead ass like hours. Getting in line that long, only spend merch like a consumer. You're goddamn right, pal. That's exactly what I did. And I'll do it again. Money that you don't have, that's another problem. That's another problem. We're gonna get to that. The money that you don't have point is a very good point. The line itself, by the way, they put you into these big, like, fucking herds. It's like what I imagine being a cow in a slaughterhouse is like. And they open the gate and everybody sort of like rushes in and there's another line. You have to wait in that line. They let a few people in at a time. And then you go in to the Pokemon Center itself. It is so predatorily designed because a lot of the merch is limited, right? So you want to rush through and get everything. The problem is you don't have time to look at everything before you pick it up. Because if you walk past a display with a lot of stuff that you want and leave that display to go look at something else, that display could be empty in the next like 5 minutes. It's empty and it's limited edition shit. So they really put a lot of pressure on you to, if you see something you kind of like, you should grab it because you might never get the chance to get it ever again. And it worked on me because again, I'm a dumb idiot consumer who loves to buy things. And I get up there and I buy like a bunch of shit. Not a bunch of shit compared to, I guess, the average spender, because there's this thing there called the express line. They split it into two lines, the normal line and the express line. And the express line, I shit you not, is for people that buy less items. And you know what the boundary, the barrier to be considered less items is? It's fucking 10. 10 items. Apparently 10 is a small amount. You know how earlier I was talking about how I'm broke as fuck and I should not be on this trip? I get up to purchase all of the Pokemon related items and memorabilia that I picked up in the speed run line. And the sweet like older lady is scanning it and she's kind of like struggling to find the barcodes and some of the stuff, but she's scanning it and she's like, okay, it's gonna be $150. Okay, that's fine. And I whip out the trusty credit card and the fucking look on my face when I put the credit card out and it says card declined. When it says card declined on the fucking reader. And she's just like, oh, I'm so sorry. It looks like it's declined. And I was like, oh, that's weird. Let me try this other card. And I get out my other credit card. Same thing, card declined. And I'm like, fuck. I like hurriedly get out my last fucking card, my debit card, declined a third time. And at that point, I'm like panicking. But luckily, one of my friends was getting rung up next to me and he rolls in like a golden god. And it's like, I got you, man. Don't worry about it, man. I got you. He uses his card. And he's like, you're gonna sell me back all that money. And I'm like, okay, I will. Which, to be fair, I probably shouldn't. I shouldn't say. You know, it's fine. What the fuck are they gonna do? I low-key kind of snuck my friend in the express line because he bought stuff for himself, bought stuff for his girlfriend. He spent like $500, and he was like, if I split some of my stuff with you, we can both go in the express line, which is way faster, and get out of here way faster. That didn't work out the way that we thought it would either, because we had another friend in the regular line that took a really, really long time, and he wanted to ship a bunch of his stuff with FedEx, and then we waited for like 2 hours because the FedEx site glitched out while he was up there. It was a whole fucking. There's a lot of waiting on this trip, but I got billed out big time. I did buy some shit that I think is kind of cool. I'm not a big hat wearer, but this hat goes hard. There's other stuff on my lanyard I'm keeping secret purposely because it's important later to the plot. I got this shirt, similar design. I didn't get any of the Hawaiian shirts. That's one of those where it's a logo on the front and on the back. They got the Alolan Executors in the function. But the big thing that I got that I thought was really cool is the Cynthia Garchomp sculpture. This shit is so fucking awesome. You can't see it because my webcam is a C920. It's ass and it doesn't focus, but it is a sick fucking figure for real. How much did it cost? Actually, it was the most expensive thing I bought. I think it was like 65, 70. It wasn't that bad. Are you a Cynthia simp? I would not say a simp, but I would say that she's really cool. And if she wanted to marry me, the DMs are open. Having said that, we've got one last thing here. This is technically like a Pokemon card game playing mat, but I'm gonna use it as a mouse pad. But it goes hard as fuck. Miss Magius, you got the Houndoom silhouette. It goes so hard. And I need a new mouse pad anyway, so I literally was like, fuck it, we ball. There's a whole ass keyboard pad. I play a lot of shooters, bro. I'll tell you that. You need the space. Any whoosies, Saturday is it's probably the biggest side event day. I did side events on both days. That's important. Think about that. Hold on to that thought. Because one of my friends was competing in side events for a very specific item. But what side events are, is they're basically either the card game, the video game with like goofy twists sometimes to try and get points. It's like a ticket system like at an arcade. If you win one match, you get 60. If you win two, I think it's 120. And if you win all three of your matches, it's like Swiss brackets and threes, you get 240 tickets, which is a shit ton of tickets. And we needed a shit ton of tickets because the thing that my friend wanted was the limited edition event Pokemon card that they only give out to competitors and people that get like 400 tickets. They're like $800 on eBay. It's insane how expensive they are. But he really wanted that fucking card. And at first, we all kind of resigned ourselves to the idea that it would be a pipe dream and didn't care. And the reason we did that is we all played side events and we all lost every side event in the first day. We all lost all of them, dude. But you still get some points for losing. No, I did win. I won one side event thing that day, but it was a DQ. It's because somebody didn't show up. So I ended up with 90 points. So what I got was this no longer sold in stores Wailord keychain, buddy. Look at him, bro. He's so cute, man. This was sold, I think, during Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire on the Pokemon website. We're getting dinner later that night, and that friend asks me and my other friend, he's like, guys, I know it's a long shot, but what if all of you do events, give me all your tickets, and I try and get this card? And at first, I'm literally like, fuck no, I want to get my own shit. But then he's like really sad. He was like really sad that we both said no. This card means a lot to him. This card means a lot to him. I'll sign up for these events that I'm guaranteed to lose tomorrow, and I'll try and help you. The thing that he wanted, again, was 400 points. It was a 400 point item. I think combined left over, we had maybe like 150. We both signed up for a sign event that morning. One of us needed to win 2, and then one of us needed to win 1. And then after that, we need to beg for points. But me and my friend that does want the card woke up that morning. We woke up tournament final Sunday morning to go and do the side event. It's called the Chaos Cup. And how it works is you play VGC doubles regulation, which means you have 2 Pokemon out in the same field. They're all like put at level 50. They're all rounded up to level 50, but they all are random teams. And they give you like a code. You put it into your Switch, you get the team, and you get the battle. It's basically a way for people to play doubles without having a team that they built with a lot of time and money. You know what I mean? So we both had a chance at it. It was a slim chance because on Tournament Sunday, that's when the brackets are towards the end. And a lot of people that qualified for the event, again, this is an event, the last event of the year, the big one that you have to qualify for by winning in different events. A lot of the people that lost the first 2 days sign up for these events. We should have been so fucked. But I clutch on my first game. He loses his first. And we go into the second game. I lose the second game. He loses again. And it's like, fuck, at this point, we literally both need to win. And the way that the bracketing works, you're matched against people who have a similar record to you if possible. So because I won my first game, I got matched against a guy who also was 1-1, which means he like knows what the fuck he's doing. But when I get matched against this guy, he is using a team that I used for the last 2 rounds. I know all the shit on that team. And in the first game, I get my ass beat. These are best of 3. In the first game, I get my ass beat. But in the second game, I start off getting owned, but I start coming back. I take the second game. I win the second game. But in the third game, he changes some shit up, but I also fucking change some shit up because I actually learned. I think I remember the team too. The like big metal Hydreigon. That's crazy that I actually like won games without knowing what any of these Pokemon are called. But it's the metal Hydreigon from the new games. And I basically set up Tailwind and then let King Gambit sweep, and it worked. And I beat him like a really close 2-1 set. I was like hearts pounding, sweating. I win 2-1, which is huge because that means we actually have a chance. My friend needs to fucking get it together, bro. I'm carrying the team right now with tickets. He needs to clutch up bad. And it turns out from his telling of things, he was like talking it up with the guy he was playing against, and he was telling him, and he kept telling him over and over, I'm really banking on winning this, man. I'm down 0-2. I'm really banking on, please, I'm really banking on winning this. I really need to win this. And he said that he thinks the guy threw for him to win. And with the power of our tickets combined, that's 180 tickets. We started with 200, 180. We're at 380. We need 400. We're down 20. But the guy that he played, the nicest guy that he played, is literally like, bro, you can just have my tickets. He just gave him like 30. So with our efforts combined, the whole crazy scene of events, one of us needed to win 2 against people that actually knew what the fuck they were doing. The other guy needed to win 1, and then also needed to get matched with the guy who gave him tickets. Like the odds of that happening are fucking like astronomical. But it worked, and he got his card, and it was sick. And I told him that he owes me a Terapagos plushie that I would have bought that was on the prize wall. We got some discount code, so hopefully he'll get back to me on that. You know where the odds were also stacked, but not in my favor, was another side event we played. It was based on the Pokemon card game. It's called Build in Battle, where you get a deck, and they give you a couple of booster packs, and you have to make a deck on the fly. I don't know how to play the card game. I don't know how to play the card game. And I thought it would be fun, because my friend who signed us up for it, who's really into the card game, is also the guy who wanted the card. He was like, guys, this is a great way to learn. Don't worry. Everybody's really supportive. And the first game I play, I get matched against another guy who doesn't know how to play. And the guy next to us, like we're both talking to each other, like, yeah, I don't know how to fucking play. And he's like, I don't know how to fucking play either. And the guy next to us is like, oh, you guys don't know how to fucking play? Why'd you even sign up for this? Like he was just like a huge asshole. But remember this guy because he's important in the next 5 minutes. What we do is we're both playing and we're both ass and we both don't know what the fuck we're doing. I'm like, does this do this? Does this do this? And he sets up some Pokemon I don't remember and it's like sweeping, but then I get my Infernape out on the field and then I start winning. The way it works is that you have 4 prize cards set up, and the win condition, one of the win conditions is that once you kill Pokemon, you get one of the prize cards that you have, and once you get all of your prize cards, you win. So we're both at 2 prize cards, and if we kill the big guy in front of us, we win, and it's his turn, and he's like, fuck, I don't know what to do. He's like having his monologue. I don't know what to do. I'm fucked here. Oh, fuck. And the guy next to me is like, bro, you can just win right now. It's so easy. You gotta do this and this and this, and you just like win, dude. You just beat everything he does. And he's like, really? I guess I'll just do that then. And I'm like, bitch, first of all, you're like mad at us because we don't know how to play the game. And then after that, you're like telling the other guy across from me how to fucking win when he's vocally talking about how he doesn't know how to play. This is the biggest asshole of all time. What the hell, dude? So I get owned and I lose because of that asshole. And then I move on and I get matched up against another guy who doesn't know how to play. He's like, I don't know how to play, man. And I'm like, I don't know how to play either. This is great. He beats my ass anyway. So I'm like, okay, I'm 0-2. And again, the brackets for this work the same way that the other events do, where you are matched up against people that have your record. So I'm like, okay, I could definitely win the match against a guy who is also 0-2. Surely this should be the easiest fucking match that I could get. I sit down for match number 3 and I'm like, okay, I'm waiting for the guy. I see the guy roll up. He's like this tall German dude and he walks to the seat. He sits down and he unrolls a map. And I shit you not, you want to know what this fucking Pokemon card game map reads? It reads champion. It says champion on it. And he's 0-2. You didn't like, did you buy that? Did you buy? And he's like, no, I earned that. I actually went to like an event and I won this. I just got really bad RNG with the deck that I got. So I lost 2 games. I'm like, you'd be fucking kidding me. His turns are crazy. Like he does every turn. He plays like 5 things, beats me like 2 turns. The fastest I've ever been beat in my life. And I'm like, dog, you'd be fucking kidding. The world champion. The world champion. Bruh. He was in the world. He was like a champion of some event in Germany, I think. But like still, what the fuck are you doing here? And he was talking to me. He's like, yeah, I lost early. I like barely didn't qualify for day 2 because he qualified for fucking worlds for the card game. Oh, I can't believe that that's the fucking dude I got matched with. I was so mad. I was so mad. I was so salty. After that, we just kind of float around, watch the end of VGC finals. I didn't really know what the fuck was going on, but you know, the audience is really loud, so I could kind of gather what was going on based on their reaction. But the last day, I had the worst travel experience literally my entire life. Literally my entire life. Our hotel checkout time was 12 p.m. And my friend who booked the flights booked our flight back for 10:45 p.m. So we had to wait in the airport for like 10 hours. And while we were waiting, I was so hungry. I made a horrible mistake of getting Chinese food at the food court that had been under a heat lamp for a very long time. It was $14 and it was really not good. But turns out it wasn't just not good. It wasn't just not good flavor-wise. It wasn't just not good flavor-wise. It was bad food. And I noticed it. Like towards the second half of the first flight, we had a flight to LAX and then a connecting flight. But I noticed on the flight to LA, at the end of the flight to LA, my stomach did not feel good. It felt really bad. I had to focus the entire 2 hours of the flight back solely on not vomiting, solely on not throwing up an entire meal. And I barely make it out of the connecting flight. And both my friends were like, oh, that was actually like a pretty chill flight. Like, what do you guys, do you guys want to go get food? And I was like, guys, I actually am so sick right now. I actually gotta like go sit down. And I go and sit down and it gets a little bit better. But then on flight number 2, it's in full force. And eventually I just like, I try to hold it. And I'm like drinking apple juice. Like maybe I just need to like eat something. But I'm just so fucking sick. I have to do like the run walk to the back of the plane because I have to throw up. And I look at the steward there and I just like have the look on my face. My eyes are wide. I'm like pale. I'm like, do you have like a bag or something? Because the bathroom, but literally one of my friends is in the fucking bathroom. Oh yeah, we're gonna get you a trash bag. And I'm like throwing up in that bag for probably 30 straight seconds. And then he's like, do you need like ginger? And I look up at him and I have like saliva on my mouth. Like, what? I'm like, what do you do? What do you want? What? And he's like, ginger, do you want ginger? And I'm like, yeah, I'll take it. I'll take some. And then we get home. Dude. You know how long I slept for? I slept for 14 straight hours. But all in all, it was fun. But should I have gone on it? Probably not.